Many things to talk about in this first portion of today's Friday show. First, I want to follow up on a story from earlier this week. Earlier this week, we talked about former Fox News host Bill O'Reilly absolutely losing it at an airport, treating JetBlue employees terribly because their flight to Turks and Caicos was running very, very late. Well, the man who supports the party of personal responsibility and supports taking responsibility and holding people accountable for their actions. He says, really, this is Biden's problem. And it's because of Biden that he flipped out on a worker at the airport. As a reminder, let's start with the original clip. This is Bill O'Reilly at JetBlue in JFK Airport, threatening to get a worker fired and demanding his name and aggressively leaning towards the guy and all of it.
This evening, it's Bill O'Reilly.
You got contact with your man?
Bill O'Reilly on Fox 5. He wants to see a manager.
No. What you're going to do. He's 3 hours late now.
Listen, flight delays suck. It's not the gate agent's fault, like I said. You don't treat people like this. And now he starts with the threatening for losing your job.
You're going to find out. You look at him. Warm and warm. You're threatening me with violence. No, I'm not. You're the one. I dare you. I dare you. Is that what you said? Just think it's really difficult. I said you're lucky that you don't. You can't get that information. You're going to lose your job.
You're going to lose your job. So anyway, that was the incident. And now we have an explanation from Bill O'Reilly. And he's blaming Biden. I don't know, guys. Maybe there's something to it. Bill O'Reilly says it's Biden's fault he threw a fit. And the statement is, on Tuesday, O'Reilly tweeted, "The character assassins on social media are completely lying about my interaction with the JetBlue guy who misled passengers during a 5-hour delay. I expected this." Speaking to Mediaite, O'Reilly acknowledged that he handled the situation poorly and could have used different words, but refused to apologize. He claimed numerous people recognized him and they started asking him about the holdup. He almost became like a union rep, guys. So Bill O'Reilly was just speaking for the people. That's what was going on. He insisted the heat on him is a distraction from the real story, which is that JetBlue is subpar. The story is JetBlue can't get their flights off the ground. It was crazy in the terminal. For some reason, the Biden administration is not big on solving problems, and this is a huge problem. How this has to do with Joe Biden, I truly have no idea. And the story here, remember, there's two stories here. One story is they say they're all about personal responsibility. When they do something, when they choose to behave a certain way, and it's horrible and they get called out, they blame somebody else. And of course, secondly, it's they always insist in political discussions. You must state your principles. Give me your list of principles here. And one of the principles is personal responsibility. As soon as the principles are inconvenient, they ignore the principles. They abandon the principles. And that's the way it works. And as I said before, and I'll say it again, I have been so frustrated. Some of the most frustrating situations I can remember relate to airlines. Once, my flight was just canceled. There was no reason. Wait, but so is there a technical problem? No. Is there a weather problem? No. The flight has been canceled. Never an explanation. I lost a day. We're rebooking you tomorrow. You want to start screaming at people, but you don't because you realize it's not this person's fault. And my guess when O'Reilly says that they were being misled, I know that feeling. It's very common when you fly that they say, folks, we there's a light on that's on the plane and we want maintenance to look at it. It's just going to be 10 minutes until they get here. So we're going to hold off on boarding for now. Okay. Well, 10 minutes go by and they say, we're still waiting for maintenance. And finally maintenance gets there. But they said it was 10 minutes for maintenance to get there. They didn't say anything else. They said, maintenance has identified a problem and we're going to look for a part here. And if we get it, it's only about an hour fix once we find the part. Okay. 45 minutes go by. We've not been able to find the part. It is an hour fix once we find the part, but this actually happened to me in Las Vegas. They said the closest part right now is in San Diego. We found the part, and it's only an hour to install it, but it's coming in on a San Diego flight. That flight leaves San Diego in a half hour. Very short flight. But now you're doing math. You're going, okay, wait, so we're already 75 minutes delayed. The flight doesn't leave for 45. And then it takes 45, and then they got to get the part. And then it's another hour. And then, blah, blah, blah. And then you get to, now, fortunately, this didn't happen to me, but then the classic is our crew has timed out. They now are mandated to rest, which I have no problem with. I mean, we want everybody to be rested. I don't want unrested crew and pilots flying. And then you lose a day. I mean, listen, I get it. These things are frustrating. You don't start treating people like crap. That's really the principle we should all be sticking to. Bill O'Reilly blaming everybody but himself. One of our sponsors is Blissy, giving you 30% off. Blissy offers the nicest luxury silk pillowcases you have ever felt on your face. I've been sleeping with Blissy pillowcases at home. I have tried many pillowcases. The feel of Blissy beats them all. Every Blissy pillowcase is made with 100% mulberry silk. They're hypoallergenic. They are just super soft. The type of silk that Blissy uses stays cool all night. Even after using it for hours, it's still cool and perfect. I get too hot when I sleep. The cooling factor makes a big difference. The protein-based silk Blissy uses is also moisture wicking, which helps if you get sweaty while you sleep. Blissy has earned high praise from a ton of publications like Good Housekeeping. You can read their reviews online. Blissy's having a huge Mother's Day sale right now, giving you 30% off when you go to blissy.com/Pacman, and the link is down below.